Could you just tell us a little bit about what it is you guys at Matrix do and maybe how it was founded and started?
We're a personal training studio. I run the business myself. And basically the main focus of what I do is injury prevention and injury recovery. But I span the gamut from, doing those types of things to training kids for sports and everything like that. Main reason why I got into it, I've always been into fitness and everything like that. This whole injury prevention, injury recovery piece really stems from the fact of the biomechanics and the neurological background that I have.
So, it sounds like you had a pretty interesting journey to this point where you are now. So, I know, for Building You, we're all about helping kids plan what they want to do in the future. So do you have any advice for maybe what kids should be thinking about, or maybe how they should be viewing their plans and their interests?
And my main suggestion would be, try to go after the things that you are most interested in. Don't necessarily go into engineering just because you're good at math and science. If you really enjoy math and science and you love building things and putting them together, go for that. You'll be more successful in doing it, and you'll have a lot more fun enjoying your career rather than, spending a majority of your life just working for money.
For Matrix, what do you guys think is the future of your business, or where are you hoping to head? And I know with coronavirus that might be kind of a difficult question to answer, but so what are your plans for the future of your business?
Well, it's been really interesting that way. Coronavirus is actually kind of like open doors. Before it was more or less one-on-one stuff in the studio space. But once the studio got shut down, it's like, okay, we have to make some adjustments to stay alive. So now being able to and creating the virtual sessions, doing more educational pieces virtually, really has broadened the availability of people to come into the business. Now I can work with people in California, wherever I wanted to, if they're interested in what I have to offer. Personally, I love doing this kind of work. What I really love about doing this work is educating people on why I'm doing stuff. So I'm hoping to create a business that can I can be the business guy who spends half of his time going around doing lectures and talks about all these different kinds of things and growing a new crop of people who can do the more hands-on piece.
So do you think even after COVID, and after the pandemic is pretty much calmed down, do you think you're going to keep a lot of that online model and keep a lot of that sort of wider community focus?
Absolutely. It's once you have the pieces in place, it was a lot of work to get the pieces into place and figure out how to do everything. Once you've gained that, no reason to throw it away. Again, now all of a sudden I could have trainers who are working for me in another state. They're jumping on a Zoom call with somebody.
How does online virtual training and physical therapy really work?
Relax a little bit, depending on the type of stuff that you're doing. So if you're thinking more along the therapy lines, obviously you don't have the ability to do hands-on work and hands-on manipulation. But still, you can walk people through what they need to do. I do a lot of vision training and things like that. And so somebody coming up close to the camera actually get a really good view of what's going on with them.
Yeah.
Without, they're just looking at the little dot on the camera instead of having to stare into my eyes. So some of it's actually a little bit easier. You adapt and adjust to either make use of somebody's equipment that they have, or just know how to train somebody with just their own body weight to get the exercises that you need done. Or you put together okay, I need you to get this $30 package of bands that we're going to work with. So you have that little bit of a baseline.
So with that online, growth that you've been having, beyond just working with people from new locations, have you guys, partnered with any new businesses, or maybe focused on different communities that might not have been around in Rhode Island, or has it mostly been sort of the same types of clients and partners?
The business partnering, funnily enough, was a big thing I was driving towards when the pandemic hit. So I was trying to start to partner with businesses to do kind of this educational outreach so more people would get to know what it is that we do here. Since COVID, that's actually been really, really hard to do because everybody's now focused on survival. But I have started a program where I actually have a partner in California now. So as part of when the COVID shut down, as a marketing piece, I put together a bunch of video series on, here's some quick little tips you can do to stay healthy and stay active while you're trapped at home. So I'm partnering with people to share those videos with their networks.
What is it that you hope Matrix gets out of S4YT, and what do you hope that the participants get out of it?
I'm honestly not super worried about Matrix getting much out of it, other than, kind of spreading the word about what we do and that this stuff is out there. Because particularly the neurology part, the applied neurology, is really cutting edge. There's not many other people doing it. So for new students to learn that, we actually have a good understanding of how the brain works. And by doing an eye drill, you can fix something going on with your spine. It's something you might never have thought of before. So getting that word out there is important. What I would want students to be getting out of it is kind of what we went back to in the beginning, where there's a lot of different opportunities out there. Particularly nowadays, you're not going to come out of school and sign up with one company and stay with them for the rest of your life. That's pretty rare at this point. So don't be afraid while you're in school to explore and try different topics in different areas. And if you really find something that connects with you, to even switch to it. Coming out of school with the background that you have, be open to new and different opportunities, and make sure you're choosing the ones that excite you rather than maybe the ones that just pay the best.
Is there anything else you want to say about the event or your business?
I think it's the idea behind the event is fantastic. I'm really excited that there are students like you who are getting involved and spreading the word, and taking this as a real opportunity to learn about what's out there, so that you can kind of plan what you want to do based on what you actually want to do, rather than what you've probably maybe just been told to do before.